What is going on, everybody? Crypto Clay here, tapping in with you. I hope everyone's having a good day. We got Bitcoin at 16,726. We got Ethereum at 1,205. We got XRP at 38 cents. We got Cardano at 32 cents. We got Chainlink at $6.29. We got XLM at 9 cents. Algo at 26 cents. Quant $120. HBAR just below 5 cents, just made it there. XDC 2.5 cents. We got Casper 2.6 cents. Okay, yeah, but who cares? We're moving sideways. It's just a bunch of chop. Nobody gives a crap. I'm just DCA and chilling in the metaphorical cabin, not doing anything too crazy, keeping my money off of exchanges. You know how it goes. But ignore the news. Don't feed it. We're gonna see this thing play out. It's going to be crazy. There's going to be a bunch of drama, whatever. The market was still going to do what it was going to do, and it's still going to do what it's going to do no matter what. You know, if FTX didn't go down, it probably was going to be somebody else, okay? This is what crypto does, is it splashes water on people's faces, okay? Even the small guy like me, you know, when you buy, there's a high probability that the money you put in is going to be worth less one day with your investment in crypto, and you might even see your money go down 90%, and that's just for the little guy. Could you imagine being a billionaire, getting involved in this market over the course of a bull cycle, getting in there, you know, over leveraging, making a bunch of money, creating a token, and then investing with that? You basically printed money. Regulators were looking away. Oh, beautiful. Right? And whatever, it would have happened to anybody, and if it wasn't for FTX being there. I'm just saying, the market goes through cycles, and crypto splashes water on everybody's face, and nobody is spared. And the main lesson is decentralization. Keep your crypto off exchanges, I think. But let's focus on what's actually happening. Even in this bear market, crypto is being adopted. Okay, this is a new article that came out. I've seen it on a few different media sources, but I'm gonna use Cointelegraphs. New York Fed launches 12-week CBDC pilot program with major banks. Banking giant including BNY Mellon, Citibank, US Bank, Wells Fargo will be issuing tokens and settling transactions through simulated central bank reserves as part of the pilot. Okay? And I wanted to get into which banks are doing this. So let's see down in the article, further down they list banking giants BNY Mellon, Citi, HSBC, MasterCard, PNC Bank, TD Bank, Truist, US Bank, and Wells Fargo will be participating in the pilot by issuing tokens on who knows what and settling transactions through simulated central bank reserves. I bet they're going to use a variety, and they're going to see which one they like, which one makes the most sense for them. Not saying they're going to use any one in particular at this point, okay? But let's dive into each one of these banks further, okay? And I'm going to show how we can connect some dots, and I'll show you how each one of these does have a tie to Ripple, which Ripple's biggest asset is XRP and their technology that leverages it, right? So I also wanted to mention that, so the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, let's not forget, Ripple was the second crypto company to get a BIT license in the state of New York, okay? Let's not forget that fact. Okay, we got lemon water today, no gin today. Okay, so don't forget that fact about Ripple, how they already have a BIT license, okay? Let's move on. Okay, we're going to talk about MasterCard. Okay, so MasterCard is listed as one of the banks, one of the company's banks that's going to be a part of this 12-week proof of concept experiment with a central bank digital currency, because we know Biden has laid out framework. So it looks like things are going rampant. So here on the U.S. Faster Payments Council, we have a Wells Fargo Summit Aurora, right? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but this is the board of on the Faster Payments Council, right? This is the board of directors, the FPC. So we got a guy from Wells Fargo on here, and I wanted to show the one where we got MasterCard, right? I'm just showing who's mentioned in that article. We got MasterCard, we got Wells Fargo, okay, and then who sits on the same board of the U.S. Faster Payments Council? Ripple. We got Pat Thelen, and I know there's another man from Ripple on here as well. We got James Selleck, okay, sitting alongside on U.S. Faster Payments Council with Wells Fargo mentioned in this, and MasterCard. Okay, let's keep moving on. And then we got MasterCard. So we got Ripple hires another MasterCard connection here. We got Ripple hires MasterCard's Cindy Young as a European managing director. So we already got Ripple hiring people from MasterCard to work there. Okay. And then we know Ripple is having their Swell conference, their annual Swell conference, and it's being held in London, and I believe it ended today. And look who is speaking at Swell. Look, second to Brad Garlinghouse, MasterCard Chief Digital Officer. Boom. Bjorn Lambert. Okay, let's keep showing the connections to these banks in this pilot to Ripple. Okay, next one. We got HSBC. Don't forget, there's a lot of connections to HSBC with Ripple, but I'm just going to show a couple to validate that Ripple has connections to basically every bank listed in this pilot. So HSBC executive and SWIFT board member joins Ripple to support continued global growth. So we got people who worked at HSBC now working at Ripple, or maybe they never left HSBC, right? And then we got a quote in this article directly quoting HSBC, right? So HSBC report mentions XRP and the XRP ledger, stating how the ledger provides real-time cross-border settlements using tokens that represent central bank currencies. Just like in the pilot. Quoted below the exact section from the report. So this is a quoted report from HSBC. This is on xrprightnow.com. Payments. DLT can streamline end-to-end value transfers, reducing costs, operational risk, and settlement periods. For example, Ripple's XRP ledger provides real-time cross-border settlements using tokens that represent central bank currencies. In foreign exchange, HSBC's FX Everywhere tool processed more than 3 million intercompany FX transactions worth $250 billion in its first year. So I just want to show that HSBC is deeply involved with Ripple and XRP and using it. Okay, let's go back to that article. So we got HSBC. I showed MasterCard. Okay, let's talk about Citibank. Citibank is partners with Volante's Volpay. So that's the best connection I could find right there. But I know if we scratch deeper, there are other connections with Citibank and Ripple, but they're connected to Volante. Easy one, right? Easy, low-hanging fruit on that one, okay? And then they mentioned PNC Bank in this list. So look, we got PNC is the first U.S. bank to go live on Ripple Payments Network. This is an old article, 2019, okay? I've shown it before. So we know that they're a Ripple partner, okay? We got Wells Fargo, another Ripple partner. Wells Fargo has created a patent to leverage the XRP real-time payment service. So the system known as real-time payments, RTP service, would facilitate the real-time transfer of digital currency between eligible accounts at Wells Fargo. A new Wells Fargo online service agreement has been shared online that details how this project would directly challenge SWIFT's dominance. So boom, you got Ripple chilling with Wells Fargo. That's on Coin News. I'm going to reference it, okay? And then of course you have TD Bank filing for a patent as well to use real-time digital currency transaction process. Okay, look right here. TD Bank files patent for tech allowing real-time retail transaction using digital currencies. And what do they mention? Ripple in there. Okay, and then we got, of course, a really old article on Twitter that BNY Mellon, the other one on there that we didn't get to, so I couldn't find an easy connection to Truist, but that doesn't mean there isn't one, right? But then we got Wells Fargo in the list, and then we move on to BNY Mellon. So Ripple and BNY Mellon. So BNY Mellon, they produced a proof of concept back in 2016, and I went into that proof of concept, and this is basically teaching you about the space, right? The modernization of payments and collections. And what do they mention in it directly? Ripple, Litecoin, interesting enough, Bitcoin. And they mention Ripple down in the document further. I found it was interesting. Under infrastructure and base protocols, it says special, Ripple and Stellar, and then it lists Bitcoin and Ethereum under public. I thought that was interesting. So here they're educating people. This is BNY Mellon, and within here they use the proof of concept to use the Ripple ledger for payments, right? This is from BNY Mellon. So yeah, I wanted to show the connections to Ripple and every one of these banks participating in the 12-week proof of concept pilot for a central bank digital currency. Super interesting, right? And a little bit of speculative information here. If you look on Google Maps, right, you got the Ripple headquarters here in California. They're literally on the same block, guys, as Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, and US Bank. Okay? Boom. They're neighbors. They're all neighbors. And it's interesting, if you look around more, there's just a bunch of lawyers. You got lawyers and banks, right? Super interesting. So yeah. This is Crypto Clay tapping out. You all have a good one.